Jade, a green mineral prominently featured in ancient Asian art, a royal stone used for intricate carvings, a pole move that, for once, actually looks as hard as it is. This is my journey to Jade. I began working on this move on September 19th, and because I'm terrible, I have no record of that attempt save for this single still image. The next record I have is from October 3rd. You might look at this and think, well, Kelsey, looks like you already got your Jade. This is going to be a short video. And honestly, for once, this move came pretty easily to me, at least on one side. Having thick legs really helped me get into position pretty much right away, and I was even able to properly dismount from this Jade by getting into an inverted crucifix. However, you can see here that the other side of my body won't even get into the outside leg hang that you need to even start the Jade, and I only count it as getting the move when I can do it on both sides. Since Jade is as much about getting into the right position as it is about stretching your flexibility to the max and making a pretty line, I decided to start up a rigorous stretching regimen and to film myself to hold myself accountable. I stretch for my splits with yoga blocks and this little slider under my front foot, which might seem like I'm being a little precious with myself. And I am. I've pulled both hamstrings several times in my life, and I want to avoid ever doing that again. This stretch session from October 6th shows you what's so tricky about the Jade. Yes, you have to have splits flexibility, but in the opposite way you're used to holding them. You can't rely on the pressure of your weight to hold your legs apart, but instead have to force them down towards the ground unassisted, while upside down, and clinging to the pole with thigh skin only. You see the challenge. My camera decided that watching someone stretch was super boring and quit.
Okay.
If you watched my Search for Superman video, you'll know that I was training to get my Jade and my Superman at the same time. Both of those moves shred your inner thighs. I am a fool. Anyway, this attempt looks pretty good, right? If we ignore the upcoming sloppy dismount, this video is done. Over! But let's take a look at the other side, and let's see me not getting the outside leg hang. It's really scary to let your hands go and just hold on with that knee pit, and my right leg was not feeling secure. So while one side of my body had finished the journey to Jade, the other wasn't even showing up at the starting line. I headed back down to the ground to work on stretching some more. My leg was getting closer and closer to my nose in a block-assisted, strap-assisted stretch, and the regular front splits were almost there. In fact, with my left leg in front, we have touchdown! And you know what I was listening to? I'm telling you guys, I Don't Dance is my eye of the tiger. I was even able to lift my hands for longer than a second for a musical break.
There's just one little thing that stops me every time. I don't dance. Not a chance.
Okay, on to October 11th. I'm sure you're as bored as I am now by clips of me stretching, so here's a funky new angle and some skeleton socks. Woo! I feel no shame in telling you all that the outside leg hang was becoming a mental block for me with my right leg. I took to the ground to practice the Jade split without the leg hang, and holy shit, was this way harder than just doing it for real. It was impossible to balance, it wasn't even a good imitation of doing the move on the pole, and it really hurt my elbows. I wanted to get over my fear of this right outside leg hang. Heads up, this clip is uncomfortable to watch, but I didn't get hurt or anything. I just got really scared the second I took my hands off and then let myself slide down with no control. Instead of clearing it, I cemented the mental block. It even started to affect my confidence in the other leg, the one that had been, until now, completely able to do the jade. I finished the session with some leg hangs from the ground, feeling defeated by my growing and unfounded fear of the right outside leg hang. I'll take a moment here to explain the mechanics of the jade. The way I do it is to get into an outside leg hang, then bring my inside leg around to my face in a cross between a pike and a leg switch. That becomes the leg I pull towards my face with the opposite hand, while putting my inside arm under my butt like a little platter and pushing my legs down as hard as I can. So my right leg being incapable of getting into the outside leg hang meant that I didn't end up with my left and more flexible leg in front of my face, which was disappointing and frustrating. You'll see me keep my hands on in this attempt at the outside leg hang, but I was satisfied with this after all the trauma of the previous training session. Baby steps back to comfort.
That's fine. I'll take it.
My one-sided jade just kept improving. Outside leg hangs and even leg switches are becoming almost second nature for that side of my body, which is good news for that side, and bad news for the fact that training only one side causes terrible imbalances in your body and pull progress. LOL. But I'm happy to report that here you'll see me finally get a right outside leg hang. And my first attempt at the jade on that side. My hands didn't do what they needed to do, but it was progress. Where did all the stretching go, Kelsey? You might be asking. There's definitely no stretching footage in the later half of this video because I felt I had featured enough of that, and not because I abandoned my strict stretching regimen. Not that. Anyway, look! Here's a real attempt on my scared side. I did it. I did the jade on each side, which was my goal at the beginning, and you'll see me do it again on the scared side as confirmation that I can do it, even though it's at an absolutely terrible angle. This one is pretty tricky to film. Almost 2 months after my first successful, albeit very unpretty, jade, my other leg was finally able to join the first at the finish line. Like the Superman before it, I know there's a lot of work to be done, but I'm proud to announce this accomplishment. Now, one final dance break.